had a thought the other day. Matter of fact, I had because I was listening to Birds Don't Sing, and I had asked myself because y'all know how recency bias is, and I said, so, I mean, obviously it's not the greatest intro track of all time, but I said, is this better than I Got It for Cheap? All right, so let's jump right into it. All right, this is again possibly recency bias, but this is an easy one for me. Birds Don't Sing. It's going to take it from the mob. I've never been the biggest Wayne fan to begin with, so you know it, it's very obvious recency bias. So we got 1985 and Ambitious as a Rider. Um, I think I think we should go with I think we should go with Ambitious as a Rider. Yeah, it might just be some nostalgia, but that that beat just goes too hard for me to give it the Gibbs on that one. Sorry, Gibbs. All right, the nigga you love to hate and dark fantasy. Um, Bert, I want to see what y'all going to say about this one first. Let me see what y'all got to say about this one. Wu Tang's on the list. You'll see Wu Tang in a second. Oh, y'all surprised? Y'all shocking me. I would have figured y'all would have went with the anti-Semite, but yeah, Cube gets that one. Q, I saw him. I think that Cube low key is kind of a. I think that Cube's uh poor man's Jay Z persona that he's taken on in this part of his life has kind of taken away from his legacy as an actual rapper. But Cube goes hard. I don't think a lot of people really realize. I don't think a lot of people really realize how hard Cube goes. So the caveat that we did was that we said it has to be the literal first track, like track number one on the album. And y'all know how hip hop tracks love to have that first skit or that first interlude on or whatever. So What Up Gangsta is not gonna be on here. New York State of Mind is not gonna be on here. Um Heard Him Say is not gonna be on here. So I say that to say if that was Heard Him Say, I probably had given it to Kanye. Lost Ones and Love Sosa. This is easy. Lost Ones. It's funky enough and accordion. I don't know how many of y'all how many of y'all know that song. If you play San Andreas, then you know it's funky enough. You probably don't even know that you probably don't even know that you know it. But yeah, this one I'm kind of going back and forth on. I think I'm going to cave into the peer pressure and say accordion. Oh, this is a hard one. I think it was yesterday I had put the poll up because I said everybody gets one, right? Um, cause Jay could have like three or four on here. Kendrick could have like three or four on here. Nas is another one that could have like three or four on here. Tribe Called Quest could have two on here. So I limited it. So I did a poll and it was a bunch of so I had to overrule y'all. I had to overrule y'all on this because Can't Knock the Hustle won overwhelmingly in that poll, which I don't understand. I don't know if John is in the chat, but John clocked it when he said that, you know, I think a lot of people just saw the album cover the Reasonable Doubt album cover and said, "All right, I'm gonna click on that." But nah, I have never heard anybody. Y'all gotta listen to. I really don't think that y'all listen to that track. Like Rock La Familia might be Jay's most underrated album. To keep it a buck. Um, nah, it's not Kendrick easily. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. Kendrick is gonna take it this round, but it ain't easily. Wesley's Theory gets it because I'm a hoe for Parliament, so the Parliament sample does it for me. Um, okay, the intro to B versus Liquid Swords. Ooh, this one. Oh man, this is not. This is because they evoke two different feelings for me. The B intro. Well, I mean, both of them like set the tone for the whole album. But the intro to B is like it's so triumphant. You know what I mean? Like it fits perfectly on the back of like an NBA commercial. You know what I mean? Like it fits perfectly over the back of like a LeBron jump shot or something. You dig what I'm saying? But Liquid Swords is like, you know, rap nerd catnip. You know what I mean? Mm. That's all right. I'm gonna stop going back and forth. I'm gonna stop hemming and hawing and just give it the I'm gonna give it the Jizza. That was hard. That was evil. That was not of God. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. All right. Straight out of Compton. Yeah, straight out of Compton gotta get it. I'm sorry, Crit. You feel me? Crit is like one of my top five favorite rappers of all time, but I was just listening to Straight Outta Compton. I listened to it today just to give myself a refresher, and that track is punk rock, man. It really is. Straight Outta Compton is like the hip hop equivalent of hardcore. You know what I mean? Like it make you want to get up and run through a wall or something. Believe it or not, this one is harder than I'm gonna give it the Wu Tang. I'm gonna give it the Wu Tang for the historical significance, but it is not out of the realm of possibility that at some point down the line we look at that because so if you ask me, and I will die on this hill, the most the most consequential rappers of the 2010s in no particular well Drake is obviously at the top, right? Drake is the most consequential rapper of the 20 now again. I can't stand Drake. I'm an OG Drake. I've been hating Drake since the mixtapes, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's not the most consequential hip-hop artist of at least the 2010s, right? Then after Drake, Migos. Then after Migos, Future probably. You know what I mean? So we might be sitting here, right? Like this is exactly what I was saying. Hold on, is that we're probably going to be sitting here like 10, 15 years from now, looking at this track the way that we look at Bring the Ruckus now, right? Like we probably going to be sitting here looking at we're probably going to be sitting here looking at what Future has done, and look at that the way that we looked at 36 Chambers for the 90s is laying the blueprint for the 90s, right? The intro to Easy, DMX, DMX. This is no shade to Denzel. I love Denzel Curry. There's no shade to him, but that is a legendary intro. And anytime I think of that intro, I just think of Mike Tyson walking out. What was that fight? That was the Holyfield fight, right? Where he came out walking when he came out to It's Hot and Hell is Dark. But yeah, it's that's like top five album intros of all time. Another easy one. PE got it. Public Enemy got it. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I never got Jeezy. I never got Jeezy. I was never a Jeezy fan. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a Northeast thing. Oh, this is another close one. This is like the if the last one was the 4-5 matchup, this is like the 6-3 matchup. Um but I think I'm gonna give it the push. I'm gonna give this one the push. No Church in the Wild, Tasmanian Pain Coaster. Um I'm gonna get this the LP. I'm gonna get at the LP because that beat is so off the wall and goes hard at the same time. So yeah, there you had that. All right. Oh, this is another one that I hate. Oh, the devil made this bracket, dog. Ah, I hate this was a bad idea. Why did I even think to do this, man? Uh okay. So let me think. I don't know, man, because the message I don't know if I would call it underrated, but I don't hear anybody talk about this track nearly as much as because if I'm not mistaken, it goes right into I gave you power after this. And everybody always talks about I gave you power, right? And I think it's for that reason that people don't talk about the message like that. But the message goes hard. And then that Shape of My Heart sample, yeah, gun to my head, I'm gonna have to go with Nas. That maybe that's the stand in me, maybe that's the fanboy in me, but gun to my head, I'm gonna have to go with the message. Dreams and nightmares versus. All right, I so I have a weird relationship with this song. Talking about dreams and nightmares, right? I have a really weird relationship with this song because somebody said FD sitting somewhere with his left eye twitching. uh, but I have this I have this real weird relationship with the song, right? Because I was in Philly when Dreams and Nightmares dropped, right? And I don't mean like, in South Jersey in the suburbs somewhere like I am now. Like I was in the city when this track dropped. Matter of fact, I'll tell you like this. There's two rappers on this list, and Meek is one of them. I'll see if y'all can guess the other one. But there's two rappers on this list that I have like 3 degrees of separation between me and them. So I worked with a girl whose baby father did perks with me before he became me. So yeah, he been a drug addict since time immemorial. That's what you take. That's what you take away from that. But anyway, um, so I say that to say I saw Meek's peak, and then I saw his fall off in real time, and I grew to hate this song so much because you would hear it play. You know how last year you could not escape Not Like Us? In 20 whatever the year was, I can't even remember what the year was now, but you could not escape Dreams and Nightmares. And I'm not even talking about, in the hood. I'm talking about middle school, like little league games in like Port Richmond or something, or like Bridesburg or Holmesburg or something. That's when I grew to hate this song. You know, I never got to that point with Not Like Us. I just hated it for the fact that it was driven into the ground. You know what I mean? It was like it became my very own small world. You know what I mean? It's a small world after all. For me, that was, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? That's what that became for me. So I hated it for that. Absent of all of that, though, that beat switch goes so hard. That beat switch, that is like a top, if not three, then like a top five beat switch. And yes, it is, to me, it is, if it is not Meek's best performance on a track, is that, because I'm not even gonna hold you. I never got Meek. I never understood the Meek Mill hype. I think a big part of it is I think a big part of the Meek Mill hype is that, so Philly rappers tend to fall in one or two categories, and this is why Philly has never been, like, Philly rappers either become Elliot Ness or Beanie Siegel. You know what I mean? They either hardcore battle rap, URL battle rap dude who don't know how to cut a single. You understand what I'm saying? Who don't know how to, write an album, or they street dudes for real and they don't know how to leave the streets alone. You know what I mean? That was Bean's problem. That I will die on this hill, and I know I'm rambling, but I will die on this hill that Beanie Siegel was setting himself up to be what Meek Mills became. You know what I mean? Beanie Siegel was, if you had to give in Beanie Siegel either one of What We Do or Rock the Mic, Black Thought is the exception. That's the third. That's the third category. It's either you're Elliot Ness, Beanie Siegel, or you the Roots. You know what I mean? Or you like super duper, art school rap, but still not art school like Chance the Rapper art school rap, like, you know what I mean? But you like so lyrically dense, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that just in, like, because if you know that Black Thought will be saying some stuff that'll just have you sitting on the couch just staring at the wall for like an hour trying to like figure out, like, it's like 3, 4, 5 different double entendres. That's a quadruple entendre right there. You know what I mean? So you fall into one of them three categories, right? But back on the Beanie Siegel, right? If you had to give him any one of Freeway's singles, Beanie Siegel would have become what Meek Mills did become. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I say all of that to say that this performance just goes so hard that I will give it to Meek. I'm sorry, LL. I'm sorry. But, Meek probably gonna get knocked down in the next round anyway. All right.